Well, I wanted to record some of the mnemonics that I had made or heard from the first few chapters as a help and as a future reference. I would love to hear if you've come up with any mnemonics because I'd like to keep making this better. They might seem silly, but that's actually the point of them. And the more funny or the more sad or angry or whatever emotion the mnemonic makes you feel, the more likely it is to remember that you are to remember it. So try and infuse motion as you hear these. And if you come up with your own, you should use that one because the ones you come up with, you'll remember a lot quicker. Day, lifetime, yom. So you might wake up and have a yummy breakfast or a yomi breakfast. Obviously, king and kingdom sound like each other, so you want to group those together as you memorize them. Compare and contrast them as you're memorizing them. City or town sounds like ear, so you might think when you get to the city coming from the country, your ear starts to hurt because it's so loud. God, El or Elohim, those should be pretty easy. Word or matter, devar. I associate this with devour, and if you remember the story of Jeremiah, I believe it was, had to eat his own scroll, right? Devour. So connect that with Jeremiah eating his own words. Odd, hand, or power. If you've ever calculated something on your hand, maybe you've written it on your hand, when I come across this in my vocab, I literally look at my hand and pretend like I'm calculating something on it, like I'm adding something up. Odd. And that hand gesture, that physical movement associated with the vocab word will help you memorize it quicker. Daughter, bot. This one I think is funny. If you ask a vampire mother, where's your daughter? She might break down crying and say she turned into a bot. Oh, my daughter turned into a bot. I think that one's funny. He ate. A haul. A haul. If you're a guy, when you eat, you probably eat a haul. A ton of stuff. Zakar, I like Dr. Herson's association with this. This is where Zechariah comes from, to remember. Of, father. This is from Abraham, the father of many nations. I associate this with the word aim. I like to shoot bows and arrows and shoot guns occasionally. And so I imagine myself at the gun range with my mom, and she's just pointing the gun everywhere. And I'm yelling at my mom, Mom, aim the gun, aim the gun. Brother. This is pronounced with a slight, like, kind of guttural sound at the end. And if you ever get into a fight with your brother, if he walks into the room, you might think, oh, there's my brother, he did it again. Son or descendant, Ben. That's where we get the word Benjamin from. That's part of the name, the meaning of the name Ben. Forever or antiquity. Olam. This might sound like alarm. In the morning, it might feel like your alarm is going off forever if you don't wake up right away. Alarm, forever. Trust is batam. This kind of sounds like better. It is better to put your trust in God than men. That's not a very strong one, but Guard, observe, shamar. You can associate this with samurai. A samurai guards, he observes, he watches. Clan or family, meshepa'a, meshepa'a. I'm not pronouncing these perfectly, obviously, but this sounds like miss pa. You might think, oh, I miss my pa. Clan, family. There's that chapter. The pronouns I have some mnemonics for, but I would probably make that in a separate video. And then there's this chapter, starting on the right this time. Adam, this should be pretty easy. Dom, man or husband. I really like Dr. Pearson's mnemonic for this. The woman saw the man and she said, "Eesh." I would memorize that with Isha. When two vocabulary words are related and sound similar, make sure you try and memorize them together and compare and contrast them. That will make it quicker to memorize them. Isha. House or temple. Bait. I associate this with buy it. You might be in the housing market and your friend tells you buy it, buy the house. Road sounds like Derek. So picture your friend Derek just standing in a road, whoever your friend Derek is. He took, seized. When you're memorizing this, I would encourage you to actually add in a hand gesture. If you use your body, you'll memorize vocabulary quicker. So pretend like you're seizing something. This sounds like la kach. So maybe someone's singing, they're saying la, and then all of a sudden someone seizes them by the throat and they start coughing. La. That's the picture I used to remember. La ka. He gave, presented. Natan. I associate this with the word natal, which, if you know, that means baby. That's a medical prefix for baby. Then you can associate that with babies are a gift. Natal. He heard. Shema. Dr. Pearson's mnemonic or association for this is really good. To associate it with the Shema from Deuteronomy. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one. So those are some of the silly things I've come up with for the vocab. It helps you memorize them quicker. But I would love to hear if you guys have some.